Hello, my name is Stephen Redman and welcome to Pastor's Library. This is the channel where we talk about everything to do with theology books. Books that might be on a reading list for your seminary course or your bachelor's or master's degrees in theology, or maybe they're just books that you've seen on a shelf at your pastor's home or in his office and you want to know more. Well, this is the place for you. If you have any particular directed questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you like what we have to say, please give us a thumbs up on YouTube and remember to click subscribe and click on the bell. And all that does is it makes sure that you know as soon as we launch another episode of Pastor's Library. So today I want to talk about another commentary series, which if you're a lover of commentaries, they're one you might have seen, maybe have thought about. But the secret with this particular set is that, boy, these are expensive. I'm talking about the Septuagint commentary series by Brill. Now, if you are a regular book user in the theology market, you will know of Brill, and you will know that Brill tend to be at the top end of prices. This Septuagint commentary series is no different. The honest truth is that the majority of volumes are currently going for about £100 each. Some of them are quite a bit more, £140. Occasionally you will see one flash up for a few minutes at a low price, and what I do is I buy them then. But these are a very limited market, to be fair. These are a technical commentary, because it's a commentary on the Septuagint, which is of course the Greek version of the Old Testament. Whereas you may have someone in your church that says he likes the version of the Bible that Jesus read, I'm sure that they aren't referring to the Septuagint, which of course is the version of the Bible that Jesus read. So what happens in this is that the volumes start off with a left-hand page has got the original Greek and the right-hand page has an English translation. And that carries on. And so, for example, this volume here, which is Ezekiel, it has all of Ezekiel in Greek and in English to start the book off. And then it moves on to the commentary. Now, the commentaries themselves are fairly technical because there's a lot of reference to the Greek language, to Greek syntax, to verbs, to technical aspects of Greek, which if that's not you, then probably this is not going to be a commentary series that you would pick. But if you can cope with it, and if you are happy to proceed, then actually the standard of commentary or the comments are quite good actually. I've never read anything by John Ollie before, but Ezekiel I found to be quite helpful. For example, in his commentary on chapter 1, he talks a lot about the seraphim cherubim incidents, and he talks particularly about the wind and the spirit, which obviously both in Hebrew but in this case in Greek are the same word, pneuma. And he talks about perhaps the violence of that. And I found that an interesting thought, and it certainly set me going for a few minutes. In chapters 33 and going into 34, where Ezekiel talks about the watchmen and the shepherds, his insight, I think, into the shepherds and of course into the coming good shepherd that will take over from the under shepherds, I think his insight is very good in that. And I have to say, I found it helpful. Now, as a pastor, would I find this a preferable commentary to perhaps the New International Commentary on the Old Testament, or the Word Biblical Commentary? And I suppose what I would say to you is probably no. It's definitely got value. It's definitely excellent. And if you lean towards a technical preference in commentaries, then these are definitely good. If, for example, you are a fan of the New International Greek Testament commentaries, which offer a similar approach for the New Testament, then you might like this because it offers what the NIGTC can't do, which is an Old Testament view. I have to say, the Ezekiel commentary by John Ollie I've really appreciated, but I don't know if I could have appreciated it if I'd paid £140 for it. So you've got to consider these things. Now, one of the great virtues of this series is that they include what to most Christians are the apocryphal books. These are books which are not in our Bibles if you're a Protestant, or are central to the text if you're Catholic or Orthodox. And if you use something like the academic New Revised Standard Version, which is what most universities and colleges, Bible colleges, recommend people to use for their bachelor's and master's degrees, then you've obviously got the Apocrypha there. And I picked up the SCS commentary on Tobit. I have got a number of commentaries on apocryphal books, but if I'm absolutely honest, this is the only one standalone commentary I've got on Tobit. And I found it very interesting and very helpful. Now, this is done by Robert Littman, and I've read other things that Robert Littman's done and appreciated them. And what I would say about this book is that, like the Ezekiel one, it's the same sort of pattern. You've got the Greek and then the English translation, and you have got a lot of technical references, a lot of references to the syntax and an analysis of whether or not words have been missed out or misspelt in the original and stuff like that. And I have to say, I felt I understood what the purpose of Tobit was a lot better. Now, of course, I don't consider Tobit to be an inspired book, but it's definitely a book that has a message or two. It is an enriching process to read it, particularly if you've got a good translation. So, using these two volumes as an example, I would have to say that you probably got to have more money than I have to go out and buy all of these. And I think you've got to have a very strong technical engagement with the Greek Septuagint to get the most out of them. Have I got something out of these volumes? Yes, I have. Am I pleased to have them on my library shelf? Yes, I am. If I had got a couple of £1,000 spare, would I go and buy them? Oh, I'm not sure. I might use that to fund my purchases of many other books over a year or two. But what I would say is that if you can get any of these at an affordable rate, they are well worth adding to your library if you have got a technical leaning and can cope with Greek. If not, then look at another commentary series, because there are lots of them. But it was important to me to have a view on the Septuagint commentary series, having recently looked at a couple of Septuagint translations and a couple of introductory books to the Septuagint. I wanted to know what Brill were offering with these, and they're definitely worthwhile, but are probably not in that category that pastors and teachers might refer to as good value for money. But they are definitely good. It's just that they are expensive. So that's my view on the Brill Septuagint commentary series. A worthwhile addition to your library if you can get them cheap enough and you like a technical commentary view. Otherwise, maybe save the money for something else that may come along. But I would definitely say that the people that are doing these behind these are good theologians, good translators, and I like what I've seen so far. I hope that helps you. If it has, please give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Please click subscribe and also click on the bell, and that way you'll know the minute we launch another episode of Pastor's Library. I hope this has helped you. It's been good talking to you today. God bless you till next time. Bye.